You have people that are motivating you to be the best version of yourself. So it's built on that biblical foundation, and it truly does come through. It's one of the biggest things I love about it.
What's up, everybody? Matt Dawkins here. Welcome to the DMC Wellness Wave. As you know, every single week we're sitting down with health-minded leaders. We're getting to know their story, and we're also seeing what they know that can help families get and stay healthy. And today I'm sitting down with a young legend, Savanna, who is running the show at ISI Elite Training right here in Conway, South Carolina. Savanna, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You told me you did not eat breakfast this morning.
No, sir, I did not eat breakfast.
Any coffee?
I did have black coffee. I've been doing the cold brew, and it's been game changer. So I saved like $7 at Starbucks.
So
yeah,
respect. So cold, plain coffee.
Yeah, just started doing that. So it is nice, and you notice a huge difference too in the morning, starting your day with that.
Yeah, we could definitely talk more about that. But one last question before we get into the story of ISI is, when will you eat? When will that first meal happen?
I will probably say about 1 o'clock. I'm trying to do intermittent fasting, so the longer the better, just for some health goals that I personally have. Everybody's different, so it depends. But yeah, probably 1 o'clock, and I'll have a nice big veggie salad with some chicken. Hopefully.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's so healthy. Yeah, that's inspiring. I appreciate that. So we're here, we're in the space, and it's a beautiful space. You got a class happening in 30 minutes, so we got to get a move on with our conversation. Thanks for making time. For those that are watching, it's 7:45 in the morning. Woo. And so she said she'd come bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to talk about health. So let's get into the ISI story, because I want to know, what does ISI stand for? What is ISI?
So ISI is from Proverbs 27:17. It means iron sharpens iron. The goal when it was made is to just create an environment where you have people that are motivating you to be the best version of yourself. So it's built on that biblical foundation, and it truly does come through. It's one of the biggest things I love about it. So definitely.
That's really cool. So it's this idea of like you're making each other better through community, because it takes iron to sharpen iron, in a sense. It takes one person to sharpen another.
100%.
That's really cool.
Yeah, between the members, the coaches, you can notice that it's not just one person that's responsible for 30 people. It's the members that will actually take on that role to encourage other people. We have the skiers that we use a lot, and we're doing a transformation challenge right now, and you can actually hear the people, the members, stopping what they're doing to egg somebody on so that they can reach their goal. And I just think it's the most dynamite thing in dynamite situations. So.
That's awesome. So take us back. How did ISI get started in Conway?
So it got started a while back with Adam Rice. So he started out super small. He had one facility to start, and then it expanded in Horry County. I think it ended up being a total of 5, all the way out to Aner. So the Aner one's no longer with us because it ended up turning into a huge franchise. He ended up moving to Charlotte and expanding the brand. But in our area, started with Adam, and now Haywood Brandon. He's a young, awesome business owner. He took over around May, June. I personally started working here in September, but I started out as a member, and then I just loved it so much. So I was like, all right, let me try coaching here. But yeah, Haywood's dynamite. I'm very glad that I got to work with him. I never had the opportunity to work right under Adam, but he's awesome. So
that's so cool. So one thing I do appreciate is that you were a member here first. Yes. So, I had a gym for 7 years, and our best coaches we called our members athletes. So our best coaches were athletes first. They learned how to move, and what we noticed was we'd have some athletes that just were especially helpful in the class. They also embodied the culture. They were culture builders, not culture, killers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long to identify people like that. I'm sure that's the story for you as well. Somebody said, you know what, Savanna, there's something special about her. Let's see what happens if we give her some opportunity or some responsibility. So that's awesome. You mentioned amazing members, cheering each other on. I wonder if you have 1 or 2 stories you could share. We Dawkins Media Company, we're suckers for stories.
Yeah.
So share some stories.
I am too. I definitely love people, and that's probably the biggest reason I got into this position, just because hearing their stories, it's such an empowering thing to learn, and it's humbling to know where people have come from. But I'm going to talk about one of our head sales leaders. Her name's Gina, and sorry, Gina, for sharing it, but I'm proud of you. But she actually started out as a member too, and she was exactly what you said. She was always motivating. I knew that if a new person came into class, like, I would partner her up with them just because I knew she would help them. She's a teacher. She is so strong. It changed her life because what it did for her was it wasn't necessarily to lose weight or to build muscle. It was about performance. So she wanted to just feel good. And I feel like sometimes in the health industry, it's also focused on visuals or people want to look away, and it can be very, very defeating. So with her, I like her story because she just comes in here and she wants to be strong. She wants to be fit. She wants to be there for her kids. So I love her for that, and just she shares that story too. So if you have the opportunity,
Gina, you're awesome.
Yeah,
you're awesome.
She really is, and she's one of the nicest human beings. If you get the opportunity to come in, and it's a Monday or a Tuesday, you'll see Gina, and she will brighten your day. So I love having her around, and I'm glad that she made that transition from member to staff. Another person I have is Rhonda. So Rhonda, she's been here longer than I've worked here. So when I was first starting, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like she was able to kind of help me out, just sharing some things within the facility that are cool to know. She tells me a lot about certain members, but her story, she has lost so much weight, and she is so consistent. She comes at 5 a.m. every single day, and she busts out a workout. And if you don't see her, you're like, what's going on? But not only is she working out here, she actually goes and she lifts too. So seeing her transformation pictures and just seeing where she's come from, it's insane. And now she's one of the strongest women I have ever met. So I love having her, and she's really motivated me. So
that's awesome. All right, Rhonda, fantastic. So a lot of the folks that are listening, they're on their own journey, or at least they're kind of staring it in the face. Like, this is something I need to do. You work with a ton of members who want to see transformation. What do you feel like are some of the biggest challenges that you see members facing when it comes to, let's call it just like an obstacle to, I want to pull the trigger, I want to do this, but something's holding me back? What holds people back from embracing transformation? I
think one of the biggest thing is fear of the unknown. So nobody really knows what it's going to be like that first time that they come in, and they're scared, oh, will I be able to do it? But what's cool about our facility is you don't have to think, you don't have to know. You will be taught every single thing possible once you come here. So there's no fear, there's no judgment. And I definitely think that people have that barrier on themselves. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I get nervous, and it's normal. But the coaches will break down all the information for you. There's options where you can change certain movements so that you're not doing something that's a little bit more difficult, or you have the option to make it even harder. So that's super cool to know when coming into here. But
yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because I know for a lot of people, you know, maybe they follow ISI on Facebook or Instagram, and maybe they see fit people in some of the videos, and that can be intimidating. But what you're saying is, it doesn't matter your level of ability. You can come in here. We'll make the workout work for you, so you can get the results that you want.
We actually have a couple people, and they have told me it's very defeating for them to do squats or stuff like that. And so my rule with them when they're signing up or they're coming in, I immediately just tell them, I don't care what you're doing. You could just be marching in the background. If it's your first session and you're 300 pounds and you're showing up, that's the hardest part, walking through that door, coming in. So it's like whatever is going to get you to that goal to eventually be able to do that squat is the most amazing thing. Like, there's people that can't do pull-ups. Anna, I'm shouting you out, or push-ups too. She came up to me and she was so excited. She's like, oh, I got a pull-up, or oh, I got a full push-up. And it's like those little victories. It's like no matter where you're at, like everybody's starting somewhere. And that's the coolest part of this job. So.
Yeah, I bet. You get to see transformation every day. So I want to give some advice to that person getting started. You just said a lot, but just if you could, we call it breaking the fourth wall, right? You and I have been having this conversation, but talk to someone that's watching right now and give them some advice on getting started. I mean, what would you say to someone who hasn't darkened the doors yet, hasn't taken the first step in their own minds, what would you say to them?
So I think knowing the breakdown of how to go about coming in is super important, and it will take off that stress for you. So what you can do is you can go to our website, you can register for a free session, all right? And then once you put your information in and get set up, what we'll have you do is you come in 15 minutes before the start of the session. So around 8:15 if you were coming to this one with us, and that gives us time to just learn about you. And like I said, if you have any injuries, that's the time where we kind of go over modifications where we can adjust some of the programming to help you so that you're still getting an effective workout. And then after that, you just put your water in the locker, you come in, sign a waiver, and you get started with a workout. And the workout consists of a warm-up that's led by a coach. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to make it up on your own. You can have absolutely zero knowledge on fitness, and the coach will demonstrate and tell you everything as you go. Then we also have a different workout that will be up on the board, and it's going to be a 5-minute explanation just telling you what those movements are for the day. And the coach will actually do them and give you cues to help you with that so you're not getting hurt. And then it will be 30 minutes of solid hard work where you sweat, you burn your muscles a little bit, and then to finish it off, you get a nice burner. So that means it's the hardest part of the workout. It's definitely mentally challenging because you're like, I want to give up, but just the energy is so good. And so everybody's encouraging each other to push through. And then that's when the smiles happen because it's over. You get cool towels, and it's a great, rewarding feeling. The amount of people that come in and they're like, oh, this is going to be so scary, or oh, I'm drained from a long day at work, and then they leave with smiles on their face. Movement is medicine, so it will fix those issues and it will fix your mood. So it's super cool. And then you just get to talk to one of our sales leaders. You can pick a program that's best for you, and then you're a part of the family. So yeah.
Come on, instant fam. So you don't need a background in fitness.
No.
You don't need to know anything about exercise. You don't even have to know anybody. You literally can click a link, get a free workout, and have instant family in an environment that's going to make you better.
100%.
It sounds like win, 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 win.
Yeah.
So that's
iron
awesome.
Sharpens iron, for sure.
Well, I think you just answered the final question. How do you get started? So I am ready, if you are ready, to jump into the hot seat.
Yeah.
So for those that are watching, this is a semi-brand new segment that we're adding to the Wellness Wave because I think it is really telling about the individual, not just the business that we're talking about, but also the individual. And so I have 7 questions I'm going to ask Savanna. Savanna, you have 3 seconds to answer, and 4 to 5 word answers. I will cut you off if you try to belabor.
All right, sounds good.
And you got to keep it real. All right. So question number 1, you have an opportunity to work out with one historic figure. They do not have to still be alive. They could be, 10,000 years ago to today. Famous, doesn't matter. Who are you going to work out with for an hour?
I would want Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you want kicking and screaming Will Ferrell? Do you want Wedding Crashers Will Ferrell? Do you want Meatloaf Will Ferrell?
I want Anchorman,
Anchorman Will Ferrell.
the whole comedy.
Yes. All right. Cheeseburger or cheesecake?
Cheesecake, but my grandma's cheesecake.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you talked about intermittent fasting. What would you say is your guilty pleasure when it comes to like cheat meals or snacks?
Tacos.
Tacos?
Tacos all day, yes. And there's a new Mexican restaurant, and I'm 100% putting it in my calendar to go this weekend because I love tacos.
That's literally the next question. Favorite restaurant in Conway?
In Conway, it's going to have to be Hoppin' Witch. I love a good burgers too, so with the cheesecake, But if I had to pick, Hoppin' Witch, and I love their,
All right, you have $1 million to spend. You can't save it. You can't give it away. You have one day to spend it. How are you going to spend $1 million?
I would pay off my student loans.
Do you have $1 million in student loans?
No, but it would definitely just cover it and get it
So
out
what
of the
else?
way.
What else?
I would definitely go on a vacation with my family.
Where are you going?
I would go to Bahamas if I could, or Europe, but I would definitely bring my family because, they deserve it, especially my grandparents and my parents. So.
That's awesome. And so you're building family at ISI Conway, instant family. You also have a strong connection to your family. That's really cool. So I think there's a common theme here, and I like it. So iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
So as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. I love it. Fitness, wellness in general is always better when there's community, when it's being done in circles, right? When you get people around you. So it's incredible. Savanna, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Matt.
I really enjoyed this. I think we'll probably do it again soon.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and let's keep the wave of wellness going. We'll see you on the next episode.